We have seen you in the film, and I think, was this the first time that you actually saw that film?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
And what do you think about when you are on film and a film is being shown in Germany and it will be probably shown elsewhere in the world? How do you feel about that?
I feel good because if other people can see what I have been doing, it will make other people to adapt that method and continue, and it will help people around the world.
And do you think that a film like that would also be useful in Kenya itself, or is it better that you are interacting directly with people? How do you feel about that?
Okay, it is good if it is shown even in Kenya, and it gives me a chance to interact with people, because anybody who shows the film can say, oh, can I call this lady? We can talk, we can share the experience, the one they have and the one I have, then we combine them. It is good.
So in a way, then the film could be used to complement this type of sharing of experiences that you have already started to do. Maybe you can tell me a bit about how you do share this experience of what you've been working on. How do you?
Okay, I have been sharing this experience. Like now, we are in a group of widows in an organization called Nyanam International. We put widows together. Widows forms groups. At this time, we are 25 groups, which have 560 widows. I normally be there like a trainer for them, so that they know what they can do about kitchen garden, and they know more about how we can make our organic fertilizer to use naturally, so that they don't use any fertilizer from the shop, and we can maintain our soil better, good for future use than using the other chemical from the shop. So those women, they have adapted, and within those time we have different stages of group of widows. We have the elderly that you cannot force to do something, they are just there to see and watch. They are the middle one that can work hard with their hand. They are the younger one also there. So we work as a group, as a team, and we make what we can make. Every widow on their homes, we make sure they have kitchen garden where they can fetch their vegetable without buying, because sometimes a widow doesn't have money to buy vegetable. So at this moment, some groups have decided to make a corporate farm of vegetable, tomatoes. They have started. And we are proud of that if they are started, because if you gave a little knowledge to some people and they thought big, you feel happy, and it is good. I think if it goes like that, the world also can stretch their hand to do some other things on some other parts of the world, and people can be healthy, because if you eat a fresh vegetable daily, you become a healthy person. We are not going to use a lot of medicine in our body, because also vegetables are medicine. And at now, I am happy because the same system I use, we used to encourage pregnant mothers. They used to have their kitchen vegetable. They used to eat different type of vegetable, so that they do not become anemic, because anemia also is a problem to our area. When mothers become pregnant, you find they are anemic, they don't have enough blood. When they go to hospital, they are being given folic. Some say, I cannot take folic because folic is smelling. You find they throw them down on the bed, they don't take it. Being anemic is continuous, so you find that the mother is pregnant and still is weak. So we normally try to talk to them. Eat a lot of vegetable, different one. You will find those minerals in the vegetable. Then you will be comfortable. So I find it works, and I am happy about it.
Now, when you're getting together with all of these women, older women, middle-aged women, younger women, and you're talking and exchanging about kitchen gardening and nutrition, do you find that there are other women who also exchange ideas with you about something new that they have tried out? Like you tried out, with your kitchen garden, your innovation was that you saw that the water was not being distributed among the plants, so you put those holes in the pipe, and then the water was better distributed, and that was something new, hadn't been done before, and then you share that with others. Are there similar types of new ways and better ways of doing things that the other women in the group have also shared?
Okay, they have shared, and some have other types of how they can make it, because if you cannot have that pipe, they normally have the bottles.
And the bottles?
The bottles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now every plant, they put their vegetable on small sacks. So whereby you can pour water on the bottle and you put it there, you leave it. Every day they do that. You find some have done it like that. Some do it differently. But in all, what we want that everybody to have vegetable.
Yes. Yeah. Now, I've been just talking one-on-one with Rebecca, just the two of us, but I can imagine that you, after you have seen the film and you've heard a bit about what Rebecca is doing and how she's trying to share the knowledge that she has, are there things that you would like to know from Rebecca about her work? Yes.
Rebecca, thank you very much. It's quite educative. And because you earlier said the place is dry, and because that's why irrigation is needed. But what is the source of this water that you get initially? How do you collect the water?
Okay. We normally collect the water from the lake. Those who are near the lake, they collect their water from the lake. Those who are a bit far, you just plan yourself how you are going to do your work. Because there are some that they are very far from the lake, they can buy water for those who are going around selling the water. Or you can use the water that you have used for washing your dishes, everything, but not clothes, only dishes. Then you put them somewhere for a day. You can use also sand. If you have a container or a bucket, you put the sand in the bucket. You pour that water in that bucket. But that bucket must have a hole down where the drips will go down. So it means you are cleaning that water for using of the garden. So if you put it there, it is clean. So that's the method some of us are using, because we want, if you pour the water direct, it has a soap, it has an oil, then it will create some other problems. So that's how some are doing the way of preserving water, because sometimes their water is a bit challenging if there is no rain. Yeah.
Rebecca, I understand that I mean, what we've seen in the film was this hose with the holes that you prepared specially. But now, following the discussion and following the interview, I see this is just one little part of a whole world of irrigation ideas that you are discussing within the groups, isn't that? So it's not about let me show you the hose thing and why don't you do it, but let's discuss what could be the right thing to do within our whole place, with bottles, with the filters, with finding water there, finding water here. So it's not a one-shot thing, but it's a whole. You're kind of dealing with a whole situation of water scarcity and the different possibilities to irrigate. Do I understand that right?
Yes.
And nutrition. Huh?
Well, yes, of course.
Yeah, and nutrition and hygiene is probably also involved in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, but this group with the widows seems to give that opportunity, yeah, that you can exchange all of these ideas.
Yes.
And if somebody else comes up with another new idea, it can be made known within the group.
Yes, if they come with another idea, we put them together, we continue because we want to.
It's been answered already, thank you.
Because he's not visible.
Also, that's true.
Quite
I have
easy.
seen beyond. But I think Lawrence had a question, and then Susanna. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering, does your irrigation help you to produce vegetables throughout the years? Because in Kenya, the rainy season has become so irregular with so many months without rains. So can you produce in your garden all year round, or how do you plan it? And is it just for your family, or do you also sell a little bit of it? Is it mainly subsistence, I get, you're feeding your family?
Okay, my irrigation, it is a continuous one because when I put it there, it is continuous and it's helped me with my family. Even if somebody came, she doesn't have vegetable, I can sell if he has money. If he doesn't have, I can give it free so that she cannot sleep hunger that I have vegetable and I refuse to give. So if it can be expanded, because irrigation like that one, not all people will afford to buy pipe, to buy the sack, continue with it. Other people decided to do it just smaller, but if it can be expanded to be a big thing, then it can help. But so far as now, mine is not big as such, because my home is just a small place. They said have seen it, and it is a place that you can't put a big farm. It is just like here and there. So.
Yes, I was very impressed by your saying that you have 560 widows in your group. I wonder, I mean, you must be a very busy person already with your farming and your children. So how do you organize that you have all the necessary communication to come together and to be able to follow up all your activities together? How does that work among each other?
Okay, being that I am under that organization that collaborate with the group leaders, if it is time for going in another group or another area, because at this moment the widows are from 2 counties. We are in Kisumu County and Siaya County. The Siaya County have only 3 groups. Kisumu County is the one which has 22 groups. So we organize because they are from different locations. So when it is time that we want to go to teach the groups from another area, the organization talk to the group leaders the day we want them to be together, so that if we go there, I educate them, we do it practically. Then they know what to do, we go back. We stay for about 3 weeks. Then you call, did what we did goes well or not? Because some, you can leave that we have done it and they just leave it there. So you confirm, then you go back, revisit and see what is happening. So I don't go daily, we just organize. This week you can go this way, it is only a day. The other week you can go the other way, it is only a day. Or some group, they can make a call, we need our teacher, we have this problem. So you make arrangement, then you go, you solve this problem, then you come back.
Corinna?
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Rebecca. I have a particular question on the innovation side with your work with Prolinnova. And just, we have heard that you're working with different innovations and different innovative approaches in your farm system. But maybe if you take one of them, I would be interested in knowing how do you look at it from the little technical side, and do you get some assistance from some researchers sometimes? For example, when I take the idea of drip irrigation, I think people have different options. People have so many different options in materials. You can find different materials in the market. Some materials last 2 years and then you have to replace them because they are suffering from the UV. So all these, I'm sorry, I like to always go to the details because then when you think, what can I recommend my neighbor? What material can I nicely recommend him? Because sometimes I can recommend something which makes people invest, but maybe they don't choose the best material. So I think at some time it makes sense to evaluate a little bit, let's say scientifically or a little bit technically. And I would be interested if you had the opportunity to talk with, I don't know, some people who look at that side, to just see what is the best option for your good idea.
Okay, so far when I started, the researcher who came was Kenya Agricultural Livestock Organization Research. The lady you saw there talking. Yes. So after seeing what I am doing, they told me that I can go to Free Kenya where I can get a good sack, a good pipe. And when I go there, I found a sack, but the pipe, they told me the type of pipe I can go and buy, so I bought it. What I bought, which did not last, but it was a bit delicate, it was a bucket, 100 liters a bucket. When the sun hit it so much, it breaks. And the sack, they told me the sack will stay for 5 years, then you cannot use it again. But the one you saw there, I use it for 4 years, then it becomes weak. If you put the sand, it goes down, you cannot use it again. So at now, I have never found another person who can direct me which type.
So it's somewhere where some more work can be done.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of space there for participatory innovation development where farmers and experts from outside in these kind of details about irrigation, the materials, how long they last, experimentation can be done, and come up with things that you can really, with confidence, recommend to your neighbors or recommend to other women further away. Okay.
Yeah.
I think,
Just a little input on the same question. Actually, if you look at the history of how it began, Initially, Rebecca was using some jerry cans.
And 20 liters.
Yeah, then it moved to now the sack.
Yeah.
Yeah, then from the sack, out of the joint experimentation, the PID that Anne is talking about, it was actually a team under the Prolinnova multi-stakeholder partnership, of course, Rebecca taking the lead, and of course, Agrecol being a research organization also, coinciding with her. That's when we upgraded from the sack to now the Free Kenya kind of organic sack. And also on the tube, initially she was using some sort of a polythene kind of, some kind of a polythene
Yeah,
tube.
it is in my phone here if I show you.
Yes, we got all that catalog, with all those photos, the steps that we've made up to now.
Yeah.
Now, and the polythene also was not that much, effective. The efficacy was a bit low. So out of the research and of course, recommendations from the researcher and all that is when again she went for that particular, the pipe that she's currently using. And this actually is a continuous process, just like she has mentioned. So hopefully again, we'll upgrade from where we are currently and move it slightly higher. But in terms of like now expanding it, now that is where the challenge lies, like Rebecca said, because of the size, of course. Yeah, but now there is an innovator who is actually nearly a neighbor, who is now has kind of done something called a hanging garden. Yeah, so he's got a lot of jerry cans, some are now again some sacks, then hang them around. So that is also another approach that maybe if you can see how to twine the two. The other innovator dealing on hanging garden has got a challenge on water or water efficiency. So he can borrow the irrigation kit system from Rebecca. Of course, that is something that we've discussed with them, and they have also visited the two sites. And Rebecca can also borrow the hanging system and see how again to couple it with what she currently has. At least as a way of expansion. Yeah.
I think we're going to have to close this discussion now because we still need to give Vincent a chance to talk before we have the break. And he's going to talk about more generally what Prolinnova Kenya is doing and identifying and documenting local innovation and this participatory innovation development, and he's already started. So let's take our